But
This episode of Kera Dangerous Talk. I have a fabulous guest today who appeared on season 1 of Kera Dangerous when it was just a few of us watching.
Oh yeah.
My homie. Wait, are you going by one name now? Did you get fancy on us, Andre? Is it?
Yes, I'm just Andre. I dropped I still have a last name, of course, but I just Andre.
Andre, creative director, celebrity stylist, reality star. You adding more to the name. The more we go on.
I'm trying to just, it's about being multifaceted, about having multiple things going on. So I try to stay busy.
Yes, I love it. So let me tell you something. Last time you were on the show, I actually skipped the part that I always do on the show. I don't know if you know this, but I didn't give you your flowers. But today, I'm going to give you your flowers. I know you're a lot better now. So I just want you to sit back, relax, and take your flowers. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
All right, here we go. Bam. Andre, I have to tell you, the more and more I learn about you, I like it. I love your energy. You seem like just a nice guy, a creative guy, and you cool. That's basically it. I just like you. I like your personality. It feels warm. You don't feel like you're about no bull crap. You just feel like you're just a down-to-earth person who trying to be out here making it, baby. Am I right? Am I right?
You right. You absolutely right. And I appreciate you for that so much. I appreciate you. I think so many people get in this business and they get opportunities and they get certain limelights and it changes who they are. I just try to stay myself no matter what opportunities that I'm afforded. And I try to, surround myself with like-minded individuals. So with that said, thank you so much for always showing me love and being a part of my network. And just thank you for having me today. Kera Dangerous.
Woo, woo, yes. Woo. Now, Andre, I have to say now, I saw another side of you, though, these last couple of months. So I'm going to need you to do some explaining now, because I saw you on Chasing LA, and was that you? Wait a minute now. Was that you throwing chairs?
No, I never threw a chair or anything like that. I was involved in some very intense and heated situations, and that's just the nature of that type of arena. Obviously, I think people have come to know me for my business ethic, for my work ethic, for who I have crafted and presented myself to be, and that is 100% who I am. However, if you take me there, I can go there. Don't let this Hollywood LA stuff fool you. I can still get hood if I need to.
Now, Andre, I do wear glasses now, and everybody picks on me for being a little blind, but I could have sworn now I saw you.
No, it was definitely not me. It was absolutely not me. I did not pick up a chair. The viewers and the people that watched, they know it was not me. It was somebody who was an ally of mine, and they were defending me. So they went to extreme lengths.
Okay, it was somebody that looked just like you. No, I got it.
It wasn't me. Y'all go watch it and see for yourself. It wasn't me. Then come back and tell Kera.
Look now, I'm just glad it wasn't a drink, because on Love and Hip Hop, they always wasting perfectly fine drinks. Okay, so hey, we can.
Well, yeah, that's what got us there. Was somebody wasted a perfectly fine drink on me, and.
Oh no.
Things got heated, but reality spaces are like that. Chasing LA was a wild, wild ride. But at the end of the day, I did learn a lot about myself, about handling conflict, about just the pressures that exist when you are succeeding in certain spaces. There are going to be people that are envious of you, people that want to knock you off your game, people that maybe just don't see it for you. And I think that, it's about learning how to overcome those moments. So I'm still a work in progress, and Chasing LA definitely reminded me of that.
Look, I hear that. We all are working progress. Now, in the beginning of that show, you said, I match vibes and I match energy. Now, you said that right out the gate. So just give me some details of what exactly you meant by that. You could just meet us on any level we want to take you to. You there, you jump into it.
That's it. Wherever if we want to meet and we want to be cordial and polite and respectful, and we want to build businesses and support brands and uplift each other, which is what I prefer to do, I'm all about that. But if the energy is wrong and we have to find ourselves in a combative space, I'm not afraid to back down from that space either. Just by nature, I'm a person that I'm not afraid to defend myself. You know, life has given us certain characteristics along the way, and being defensive and knowing how to defend myself is a characteristic that I picked up early. And so if you want to go there, we can do it.
Look, I don't have no problem with that. You know, you don't start it, but you can definitely finish it.
I can definitely finish it.
Now it's been a minute since I've spoken with you. Tell us about, where are you in your shop right now? Shop Him. How's everything going? You got any new collections out? Give us the whole thing with it.
Shop Him has been doing really, really well. I'm very proud of it. It's continuing to grow. You know, when I launched Shop Him almost now 2 years ago, I had 6 pieces of clothing, and now I have like about 60 items listed on my site. So over the course of the years, we have definitely grown. We've worked with a lot of amazing influencers, a lot of great social media influencers and models. So we're continuing to expand and to reach new audiences. Obviously through Chase in LA, I was able to showcase my brand. I shot a commercial, which was absolutely amazing and connected me to a brand new audience of people who love the merchandise. So we have new collections and new pieces coming soon. Our fall collection is getting ready, which I'm excited about. We're now designing pieces, doing exclusive pieces that we are designing, which I'm super excited about. So we're just growing, man. It's beautiful to see, and I'm proud of everything that we do.
Awesome. I saw that you worked with Amina Butterfly a lot from Love and Hip Hop. How is it having that connection with her, and styling for her? Have you learned anything from being her stylist?
I love Amina. She's super sweet, super kind. And I love to know these people just like on a different level. Like I feel like sometimes we see what we see on social media and what we see on the shows, and we think we know who they are. But I think that the biggest thing that I've learned from her and most people is that you have to be strong to be in these limelights. And no matter, you know, what your downfalls are, what people's public opinion about you, when you get up every day and you keep chasing your dreams and you keep doing things, she keeps making music, you know, every opportunity to promote her music and to sing, she's always taking it. And I just respect anybody like that. So I love working with her. You know, and she's a dope girl, and I'm glad she appeared with me on the show too, on Chasing LA. I thought that was really, really nice of her and April Jones to come alongside with me and show the fans what it's like in the spaces.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Will we see at any point any female clothing at Shop Him come in to play?
Yeah, you know what? That's something that we definitely are going to be venturing into, reaching more of our female audience. And too, like the cool thing about some of the stuff that we have is that it could be worn unisex. So one of the things that I'm going to really focus on from a marketing strategy is showcasing how the items that we already have, how they can serve our female clients as well. You know, we have a lot of great accessories, sunglasses, jewelry, band tees, and things like that that lend themselves to both genders. And so those genders and every gender in between. So I definitely want to showcase more of that in the styling and in the marketing of it, so you guys can really kind of get yourself in some him too. It could be him and her.
He got drip for sale.
Right. Hey, I love how you put that song on that picture.
Yes, I love that. You know what, your clothes, when I see them, I feel like you have to be confident wear your clothes. They bring you to a whole nother level. Like they put you out there, people's eyes are gonna be on you. So you can't just, you gotta match the attitude when you wear your clothes. You know what I mean?
Yes, everything is definitely, and it's occasion wear. So it's for those special times in your life, like when you celebrating a birthday, when you going to, you know, an anniversary party, or just those big moments. Like we love celebratory moments. I know for me, I love like those major moments in my life where I get to be surrounded by my friends and my family and the people that love and support me. And you want to get dressed up and you want to, you know, own the room when you go in. And so it's definitely about, when you put these garments on, it's about, you know, stepping in, letting the swag do its thing, making sure that when the head's turning, you can just own it, you know?
Yes, step out right. I'm telling you, you guys make sure you check out. Tell them where they can check out all your clothing, Andre.
Yes, you guys can follow us at Shop shop-him, and that's HEM, shop-him.com. You can follow us on Instagram, and it's shop with him, HEM, and it's like, him, the hem of a garment. So you try to do a little play on words.
Yes, I like how you put that together. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, I want to go over a little bit of celebrity news for you because there's some crazy stuff going on, okay?
Yes.
Because I love to hear your commentary. So we know how serious you take being a celebrity stylist and creative director. Now, Tyler Perry has been criticized so much, okay? We love him, though. We love Tyler Perry. He's doing so much. But people just think that his wigs on his show are horrendous, okay? Now, on the After the Show episode of Sisters, they were taking audience tweets, and one of the tweets complained about the sister cast, their weaves. Now, Tyler said, don't ask me this no more because I pay my hairstylist
$65 an hour.
Yes. So, Andre, what do you think about that? Because Tyler is actually in Atlanta. I'm thinking that's the weave capital of the world. Why does he have so many problems with getting a good weave?
This is the thing, Kera, and I'm going to be really, really honest. One of the things that I hate to do is I hate to criticize other people's work. And especially when the talent are beautiful Black women, these people who are forging a way for the Black community. But I know how frustrating it is when you see these outlandish wigs and the weaves, like some of his movies, like the guys had cornrows that look fake, and you're like, what is going on? I think because I do work in television and film, one of the things that I do is I do wardrobe for movies, like Lifetime movies, Hallmark movies, and that kind of thing. And so I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to create characters that when you see these characters, you're not thinking about who the actor is. And so what I think they're trying to do is create these characters, and they make these choices to try to just get them as far as away from the people that we know and we recognize them to be. So I get the thought process, but maybe the execution and the selections could be a little bit better, so we're not just out here looking crazy,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you know what, Andre? I feel like it's actually becoming a thing now. Like if all the weeds look good, we would have nothing to talk about. Besides, we love the shows, but now if I see a fun looking wig in there, it's entertaining.
Yeah, you come to expect it, and I think what he probably did was he took what he thought the audience's reaction was, and he was just like, it's kind of like this. When I was on Chasing LA, one time I had a fur on my shoulder in one of my little interview looks, and the people were like, it got such a rise out of them. Some people loved it, some people hated it. So when the reunion came, I said, I'm gonna do another fur on my shoulder, but I'm gonna do an even bigger one. And one of the top comments was about the fur on my shoulder. And so I think you recognize what people are commentating about and what the commentary is leaning towards, and you just play into it, because good or bad, it's causing conversation.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. So Tyler Perry, keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep up the horrible wigs. We love them.
We obviously do love it because he's still rolling, baby. Let me ask you a question. Have you heard this song before? Do it like it's your B-Day, baby. Do it like it's your B-Day,
baby. Yes, Joseline Hernandez, the Spanish rock star.
Oh my God. I am trying to pull this up because we have got to talk about how Joseline went in on Lunel. Oh my God.
Why she do that?
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, I had Lunel on the show on Tuesday.
Yeah, so, I love Lunel. We love Lunel. She's attended one of my events in the past and did my red carpet, and I've got a chance to talk with her and chat with her. She's a beautiful spirit, a legendary talent. And why are you gonna come after Lunel, girl?
Oh my God. Let me, before we go in, let me go over what happened. So Lunel, after the death of actor Michael K. Williams, and earlier a week ago, a comedian overdose on fentanyl. And so it's just been deaths surrounding drugs. Lunel took to Instagram and wrote a post and said, have a drink, smoke a self-rolled or dispensary rolled joint, leave the effing syrup, Molly, and cocaine alone. You might be next, and all you were trying to do was party. This shit is no joke at all. The dope dealers are killing people, but hey, you don't have to listen to me. And then she put 3 coffins and then a rip. Now, Joseline, she responded. Where'd it go? Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm a little slow today. She responded to shit. This ain't it either. Well, let me get my life. Where did it go? She put, tell this fat pig to stop eating. That can also kill you. She'll burger away from a heart attack, and you talking about someone just died for whichever reason that she's not even sure about. Pig, put the plate down. They covered up all her curse words, so it was kind of hard to read. But basically, she called Luenell a bunch of pigs and told her to put the plate down. But if we didn't know before, people are saying obviously Joseline is on the sugar candy, nose candy, okay? Which is cocaine, okay? Because why else would you respond that way? What is your opinion, Andre, about this situation now that we're going in further?
Well, let me tell you something. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and we have a saying, and it goes, a hit dog will holler. Woo! And it sounds like Joseline was hollering. And I want to say this too. Rest in peace to these actors and this unfortunate tragedy that has happened. I think that the point that Luenell was making was very valid because we've seen this tragedy happen too many times in a short span of time. And I think that it is a real concern. I think that living clean, modest, moderate, healthy lifestyles is what's in everybody's best interest, but we all have vices and nobody should judge. You know, I think that Joseline probably does have some struggles that maybe made her feel attacked by Luenell's statement, but if it wasn't directed towards you, I wouldn't jump in front of that bullet, because now you got all of us, we didn't think it, now we all thinking it like, well girl, like why did you take that so, why was you so offended by that? Because it's giving that wasn't directed towards you and you jumped in front of a bullet just then. So, you know, I like Joseline. I'm rooting for her. Do It Like It Should Be Day. You know, it's a horribly terrific song that I think everybody is a little obsessed with right now. You know, we all can identify with that, just wanting to have fun. So Joseline, lighten up a little bit, sis. It ain't that serious.
You know, the beef actually, if you can call it beef, goes back because Luenell was on Joseline's cabaret reunion as one of the hosts, and I guess things didn't go well with that, and they went back and forth about the Zeus network. So it's some feelings intertwined in it. Luenell said it was a bunch of pimps on set before the show. The cast was smoking, drinking, and fighting before they even went live. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Zeus is a Black-owned network, and so there's a lot of people going in about that. But I think, you know, being a Black-owned network, and we're a Black-owned network, let's just try to keep things looking the best we can, you know?
Absolutely. It's funny because some people that end up in this celebrity limelight, the pressures of it, the intensities of it, I think cause them to kind of go down a destructive path, you know, and I think that sometimes all the fame and the glorification just doesn't really help. It actually magnifies and amplifies the worst possible traits in some people. And I think sometimes that's the case with somebody like a Joseline Hernandez, because it's just a recipe for disaster, you know?
Yes, and if she didn't know, Luenell is very loved, so it would be no slander against Luenell.
No Luenell slander. We can't tolerate that at all.
And I'm done, but no Luenell slander.
That's boom.
Boom, just like that. Now, talking about people with some bad behavior, is 50 Cent. I don't know. I know you've seen this. So the actor, Michael K. Williams died, which, you know, they saying he died from an overdose. And so 50 Cent goes to Instagram and he posts saying that, you know, basically he don't care that he died because, I don't know if you know, but the record executive, Jimmy the Hitchman, it's this whole thing where one of his friends was supposed to kill one of 50's friends, and Michael was friends with Jimmy the Hitchman, and since Michael died, 50 tried to promote his show, The Book of Canaan, from it. And people just felt it was insensitive, you know, being that Michael had just died. And I don't know if you know, but Tasha K. Smith, the actress that also helps direct some of his BMF series, she actually works with 50 Cent, and that was her boyfriend. So that just has to be awkward to come to work.
Oh my
And your
gosh.
boss has been talking about you as
Yeah.
deceased. So what
Boyfriends.
is your thought about this? Like, because people are saying that that's a street issue, that 50 Cent is just doing what a street person would do. If I didn't like you when you was alive, I don't like you in death.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That feels very extreme. I do think it's in poor taste to speak about, a deceased person, and especially in a negative fashion. I do understand maybe you don't have to do the fake outpour of love or the fake outpour of sympathy. I've been in situations where people who, I just straight up didn't like, they passed away, and it was like, sheesh, what? I did not like this person. However, I hate that they passed away. I wouldn't, that's something that we all have to do, unfortunately. However, I'm not going to commentate on it in a negative way. And I think that, he could just use a little more tact, a little more class, a little more etiquette. I think, again, this is a situation where the higher that you rise in your life and in your career, there becomes an expectation of just a way that you should conduct yourself. And I don't think it means that you have to censor yourself or not be authentic to who you are, but I think that you could go about it with a little more grace. And I think the unfortunate part about this is, like, you want to support him because it's not just supporting him, it's the other people that are involved, because the show is a great show. So it's all the other actors and actresses and production and crew members that should be supported. And unfortunately, it makes it hard to support them because the person at the top is just, it's hard to stand by their decisions and what they say and do.
I totally agree with you. Some things is just totally disrespectful, And if you don't like the person, just don't say anything at all. I think that would have just been that would have been the best way to go.
You know what your mama teach you? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And I think that would have been a instance where he didn't have anything nice to say. So he should have said nothing at all.
Now, if you Tasha K, would you go back to work to get your coins? Or would you?
Man, that's a tough one, because your livelihood, your viability, your reputation, people expect you to show up to these situations and check your personal life at the door. And this seems like a time where it would be really, really difficult to do. I don't think I would probably not bite my tongue. I might be very vocal about what I need to say, but I think I would have to find a way to do it that I could still sustain the relationship. I think right now, especially maybe for season 1 until it all rides out. And then if you have to exit, so be it, because I think morality in this industry is very important, and we have to draw lines where we feel like they need to be drawn, and nobody can hold that against you.
Man, you broke that down. Okay, Andre, you broke that down. Now, we know one thing: if Tasha K is like her characters, now her characters will go off on your ass, So if she anything like her characters in real life, he gonna hear something when she get better.
Yeah,
you ain't gotta worry about that.
Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire.
Okay, go on a little fun story. So Kim Kardashian is no stranger to making videos. Now, her latest video she was making, she brought along her little daughter, Northwest. Now, she was going over some contour, and she heard Northwest, making some little comments to the side. And she said, Northwest, what's going on? And North said, Mommy, why don't you talk the same? And Kim said, what do you mean? And North said, well, whenever you do videos, you change your voice. And she started mocking Kim like, oh, you trying to sound cute. So my question to you is, Andre, has a child ever hurt your feelings? Because they can be, a child will give it to you. They can be mean as hell. They can give it to you straight.
Listen, I feel like my reaction is already showing I have an emotional cut from children. Children have definitely hurt me in the past.
Oh my God.
In my earlier days. Kids are very blunt, they're very truthful, and they're very honest. So you have to be able to just kind of receive that truth. But sometimes you be like, wait a minute, little girl, like you want to go outside?
Right.
Give me that candy. I'm gonna snatch your candy, take your toys, you have to, but I love children. I've actually been fortunate enough to work on a few children's television shows, and it's just so funny, just as honest and brutal as they are, it's also very fun to just be around them and be lighthearted and not take yourself and not take things so seriously, and just tap into that inner old child that you used to be, you know?
Oh yes. I mean, my niece, when I get on video chat with her, she likes to let me know that I have acne, which she laughs about, but I think she's being serious now. I have a couple of blemishes, but that kind of hurts, but I can't let her know. Okay,
Right.
because she roasts me for real, a serious roast, you know. But sometimes you want to go back in them. You got to remember their children.
You gotta remember, yeah.
Children.
And I think too, sometimes like, because we played this game with kids where we try to like, when we want to have a serious conversation, we kind of like dumb it down, but kids are smart. So I think sometimes you can just be like, hey, you know what? That's not a very nice thing to say. And that actually could hurt somebody's feelings, you know? And I think sometimes, you know, it might make a difference in the long run. You know, everything starts early. So I think when you have these conversations about, you know, what's nice to say, what's not nice to say, it can help shape people in the long run, because we need more nice people in the world.
Now, speaking of facial, your face is very smooth. It looks like a baby's bottom. What do you do for your skin?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just washed. Shout out to Los Angeles Oils and Butters. He's an amazing esthetician and product maker here in Los Angeles. He makes fabulous black soap, African soaps, like just really, really great products, emu oils and things like that. And I use it all, child. I get in there. I enjoy taking care of my skin. I enjoy just, you know, trying to take care of myself. I'm not getting no younger, and I want to look as young as possible. And that starts with taking care of yourself and just making sure that you can be out here glowing.
Yeah, you look like just moisturized. Ain't nothing like a chocolate brother with some white teeth and some good skin. You better go, boy.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Oh my God. Look, so here, you know, I wish I could take a vacation. I tell you, somebody who's always taking a vacation is Puff Daddy, Sean
Always.
Combs, P. Diddy. I guess his new name is Love. That's what we're supposed to be calling him now. But
I can't keep up with all the name changes, child. I just have to go with the most recent one. I remember it's like the name changes. Snoop Dogg tried to change his name for a little short period of time. Like, it's just too much. But I guess when you are as rich as somebody like a Puff Daddy, which I hope he started back paying his artists and getting people squared away.
Yeah, how you gonna call
maybe
yourself
that's where the wealth is coming from. But
yeah, how you gonna call somebody love and you ain't even paying folks?
You ain't even paying for them, but you have time to vacation. I guess, you know, when you have all these resources and all this time, you just vacation and live in luxury. I need a vacation too.
Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Puff Daddy or Diddy, whatever you call him, he was seen on a yacht in Capri with Joey Chavis, okay? Now, I don't know if you know that name, but I have some notes here. Joey Chavis, this is not a basketball team. These are literally the stars she's dated. Rob Kardashian, Hit Boy, Future, Game, Tiger, Trey Songz, whoever Lloyd Polite is, but she's dated all those different men, and Akon's brother, excuse me. So she's a serial dater. She knows how to date these men that got the money. Look, hats off to you. Now, she's actually Future ex and Bow Wow's baby mama. Now, what makes it crazy is Bow Wow said that he learned how to be a family man from Puff Daddy. Now, all the men in the world, I don't know how he's the one you learn how to be a father from, but he does spend time with his children. Okay, I get it, whatever. But my point is that what do you think about this relationship? Because I just feel like, I don't know. First of all, he's been seen kissing her. It just looks staged to me. I mean, I don't want him to blackball me like he tried to do Wendy Williams, but I don't know. I don't know. I think he likes men. I don't know. You don't have to say that. I mean, bisexual. I just think it just don't come off real to me. I don't know. I mean,
I will say, if Puff Daddy does like men and he is bisexual and he happens to see this video, I am single. I am available. I live in
okay.
And I would love to go on a yacht. Okay, so let's clear the record right there. Okay.
Okay, clear it up.
Now, moving beyond past that, I think He is a bit of a serial dater, and so is she. I don't think that this is going to be anything serious. You know, if I had to take a stab in the dark, you know, Joy is young, she's beautiful. I think she used to be like a dancer, a choreographer. I also, if I'm not, I know that she has like an extensive career in the background, and she has other family members that are in the business that are major actors and actresses. So I think Joy is probably enjoying being in the limelight, enjoying the attention, you know. And some of these guys that she's playing are some notorious players themselves. So I'm kind of like, she's giving Lori Harvey tease, you know. She's giving like she's out here living her best life, and they can't take it.
I used to wonder, like, why do these men date the same women? Are there no new women? Are there no new fish in the sea? And I once asked the NFL player, why do you guys date the same women? And he said, because they all come to the parties. So I don't know how you get on that mailing list, but
right. I'm definitely trying to get on and I feel like too, like, you know, when you run in similar circles, you probably come across similar people on similar, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's kind of like that inner circle thing. So I think it's like, everybody knows everybody, because although it's a lot of them, it's a lot of them in a small percentage, if you will, you know what I mean? Like that running, like it's not a lot of people that you know that run in this, that, you know, don't run in these circles. And so it's kind of weird. Like, I think it's just being in that space, you probably meet these people or people that know these people, and then you end up, you know, I guess dating multiple of them. I want to be on the mailing list too. I'm gonna have to have the booking connection team get on that.
I know that's right. And Puffy, you know, I know you're into women. That was just a joke. Please don't come after me. Okay.
And if not, please invite me on the next guy.
Okay, good. I
will sign an NDA, a non-disclosure, a goddamn HIPAA Health Act. Whatever I gotta sign, I'm signing.
Look, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, yo. Oh my God. Look, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But didn't you design style one of the Real Housewives before?
Yes, I worked with Dorit Kemsley of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was fortunate enough to have it showcased on the show. I'm watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills right now, and it's crazy, crazy drama. Shout out to Garcelle, and it's a fabulous, it's a good time.
Awesome. And I'm bringing it up because Lisa Rinna is on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. And her daughter, who's only 20 years old, well, she was 19 at the time when she started dating Scott Disick, you know, Kourtney Kardashian's baby father, who's 38 years old. So Lisa absolutely hated them together because of the age difference. And she's quoted as saying, it's a what the F moment. She's 19 and he's 37 with 3 kids. So they finally broken up, Andre. So my question to you is, age really just a number, or is it inappropriate sometimes?
I think it depends on when the intersection of this aging happens. I feel like 19 to 38, that particular one doesn't really work for me, because I feel like this is still a young, impressionable woman. And being with a 39-year-old man that is so seasoned, that it is so experienced in life, just feels wrong. I feel like now maybe if we're talking about a 30-year-old to a 49-year-old, that's different, because although there is an age gap, now we are two adults of similar spaces in our lives, and we both experience things. And so I actually was very pleased to find out that Lisa Rinna and her husband had an issue with this, because to me it made them more human again, because I think we look at extreme circumstances like Kylie with Tyga, and everybody just thinks that this is weird. Yeah. Right. Also, you know, I think it's interesting, Kylie is now pregnant again, as we know. She's on her second child, and she's about 22, 23. It's mind-blowing to me. I know that it happens even, you know, for people that don't have the amount of resources, but it just feels like an opportunity that you miss to live your young adulthood. I don't know. What do you think?
Andre, you said that perfectly because I was surprised that Lisa Rinna felt that way as well. Because being in the spotlight, being in Beverly Hills, I thought maybe she would just say, "Oh, Scott's connected to the Kardashians." Oh, I thought she would just go with it like that. So to see her say, "No, I don't like this," her husband didn't like it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, good for her. That shows they got some thinking going
Yes,
on.
yes. It made me feel like, okay, they're not just saying anything for the spotlight. And I could appreciate that 100%.
Now, on to something that it's been gotten crazy. Now, I'm a big, huge fan of Britney Spears, okay? Now, we know the conservatorship
Me
battle
too,
has been
randomly. I
going
love
on.
Britney.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
boy, what? In high
Yes.
school, I'm talking about, I used to be dancing to it. Oh, yes. I mean, come on. Okay, let me stop fangirling.
I know, I'm like, yes, girl, like Radar, give me more circus. Like I will be in here having a full-on Britney moment. So we love Britney.
Yes. Now I love Britney, but it's people who are her fans too who are saying free Britney. They want her to be in control of all her money. Now we know her father has been in control, her sister was in control at a time. And now they're at the point where she may be getting ownership of her own finances soon. But Andre, I have to be honest with you. I don't think she needs to control her own money. She does not look mentally healthy to me. I'm sorry. And I love Britney Spears, but I'm afraid like somebody's gonna try to use her. It's gonna be taken away. What are your thoughts?
It's honestly such a sad situation because there are times where I'm like, she clearly doesn't seem well. And the crazy part about it is I think she's not well because of everything that's happened to her. I feel like it's this sick relationship in that fighting for her sanity has drove her crazy. It's like I'm fighting for her freedom and for her, to be in control. And now it kind of feels like maybe she shouldn't be. Some of the things that you see and they just feel odd, and it gives you pause, and you feel concerned, and you feel worried, and you want the best for her. So I feel like some of the restraints need to be loosened on her for sure. I think that she needs to maybe not get everything at once. Maybe it should be like a system where maybe she can, some of the things that they won't allow her to do, she should have access and reason to do those things. We should see how she fares with that and then loosen up a little more. Maybe there's not a period of time that exists where she is fully in control of all of her money at its full availability. But I think we do need to loosen the restraints on her because I think fighting for these things is giving her a level of stress that's what we see.
I hear what you're saying. I mean, I think she should have some access, but I think she does need to be monitored some. She just, I mean, coming from a family of caregivers, I mean, to me, when you look at her Instagram post, it just seemed all over the place. I mean,
it does.
It
does. I think she needs to be supervised, and I think the person supervising her needs to be supervised because I think what we saw with her current or past conservatorship was that people were operating unethically and trying to control her and manipulate her for their benefit and monetary gain. And again, I think that where she is right now is a direct result of that. You know what I mean? Like she seems like she's been controlled for so long that now that she would get free, that she just would do anything and everything that she's ever wanted to do because now she has the ability to do that. And so I think putting somebody in place and then making sure that that person is doing what's in the best interest of her. I think like this case is just so complicated and it just has so many technicalities, but at the end we just want the best for Britney, I think.
Yes. And just one last piece. I was so surprised to see that the relationship between her and her father has been strained because throughout the years, I thought they were close. You know, the mother, the father, the sister. It just seemed like this has really kind of taken a toll on the whole
everything.
family,
But I will say this. I think that the signs have been there for years that her and her dad were in a negative space. And I think it was just I was more surprised to see that her and her sister were not in a great space.
Oh, now that's
that
true. Yeah.
really surprised me more so than the dad, but also finding the depth of everything like that. She has friends that live in her neighborhood and she can't even go visit her friends. Like, that's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that is
She can't
ridiculous.
have kids if she want to have kids, and she has a boyfriend that she wants to have a family with. Like, that's ridiculous. Like,
See, I didn't
those
know
things.
that part. I didn't know
Yeah,
all that.
the documentary, if you haven't seen the Free Britney documentary, like, it's heartbreaking, but also learning the details of her conservatorship is just, I think what she was fighting against, like I said, ultimately mentally stressed her out even more.
Hmm. Well, we're gonna wish Britney Spears the best. I'm glad I got to talk to somebody who actually a fan of her about this because I've been wanting
Yeah.
to talk about this. Okay, so you might have seen this photo challenge going around Instagram and Facebook, where people are posting old pictures of themselves side by side with the new picture of themselves of them currently. So Jordan Woods, the entrepreneur, this
Mm-hmm.
kind of curvy, thick, light-skinned black girl. She's known for her physique. She posts a picture of her from 2016. Now that's when she was a little bigger, a little overweight, not looking as trim and slim as she is now. So people got her ass, Andre. Did you see this? People got her
Yes,
ass
yes.
because they said, okay, you did not exercise to look how you look now. Okay. I mean, some of the comments were lipo, who's the surgeon? So
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about this, Andre? Because they say Jordan Woods is coming out with a fitness app.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's not keeping it real, or should?
I think that people in the comments are trolls. Okay. I
Okay.
think that people will always find something to critique and to criticize. I don't think that it's any more false of an advertisement than we see with other things and other people. But I think we're quicker to call it out with people that, we feel like aren't deserving of these moments and these achievements. I will say this. I think it's very clear that it's not 100% workout and clean diet. I think that's clear. She's probably the resources and the money that she has, she probably has had something tweaked, freshened up. She's had something done, okay? But do we blame her?
And that's why I want to ask you, Andre, and I don't want to put you in a hard position because I know you work with a lot of different people, and I know you work with some plastic people. But do you appreciate seeing an all natural body that's banging over a body that's surgically made?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the imperfections and the things that, are not perfect about your body are what make you beautiful and what make you who you are. And I don't think that anybody needs to run and have these things done. But I do believe that if it's what makes you genuinely happy and you're doing it because it's a confidence booster for you, then I'm about that, because I feel like who doesn't want to feel good in the skin that they're in? Who doesn't want to, be at the top of their game? And sometimes, no matter how hard we try to eat right, work out, go to the gym, life happens. And for somebody that has the capacity and the ability to do those things, like I wouldn't shame it. I don't like body shaming and I don't like those things because I feel like what works for you might not work for the next person. But if everybody feels good about themselves, that's what's important.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. On a sadder note, we all know that Nene Leakes' husband, Greg Leakes, passed away recently from colon cancer. Now, my question to you, Andre, do you think that men go to the doctor for checkups enough? Do you? What do you think about that?
Absolutely not. And I think, unfortunately, in the African American culture as a whole, we don't go to the doctor enough. We don't take care of our bodies enough. We don't consider what we eat enough. I feel like and it's sad because all these things are rippling effects of the things that have happened to us in history.
Mhm.
When you are a slave, we come from slavery. When people were slaves, they didn't have access to eat a piece of fish or to have chicken, so they're eating the scraps and the worst pieces of meat possible and finding ways to make it consumable. And then these poor eating habits develop over time. And so now what we love is soul food, and we
Mhm.
eating fried chicken 4 times a week, or you know what I'm saying? We don't have that same thought process about food and being healthy and taking care of ourselves. With specifically to Greg Leaks, you know, he talked about on the show that he wasn't getting checked on because he was not knowledgeable about what the process really was. You know, he
Wow.
wasn't aware. And I think sometimes that we're not aware, and we need to educate ourselves about our bodies, about our health, so that we could be here for our family, so we could be here for our loved ones. You know, it's a tough thing.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of his celebration of life, and it was a beautiful celebration. A lot of stars were there from the show, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and a lot of people came out to support Nene and her family, even people that she supposedly had a beef with. So it was good to see people put away petty, childish things and really come out and support her. And just to piggyback off what you said, everyone, please, women, men, please go to the doctor to get checked out. I mean, we know that we think we're strong. White people have told us we're stronger. They, you know, we don't feel pain the same way, but please, every now and then, go get a physical, make sure everything's in working order. And especially men, make sure you get your colon checked and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. If you don't do it for yourself, at least think about your family, your kids, all the people that will be devastated should something happen to you.
Yes, I just want to say that. Rest in peace, Greg Leaks.
Rest in peace, Greg. And you know what, too? I do want to say this. You're right. It was so good to see everybody come out. Like, I think in Atlanta, I feel like there's such a, especially like with people that are in the reality and the music and the entertainment space, there seems to be a large sense of community. Like, you know, you see a lot of them hanging out with each other all the time. The, you know, Tiny and Candy or Rashida and like all of these people, they seem very close knit. So it was good to see them show up for Nene. And I hope that she pulls through this and, you know, that she could come out on top.
Yes, I totally agree. We're cheering for you, Nene. Now, I did say earlier that it's bad to disrespect the dead, but this person I'm actually glad is dead. The Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Now, I don't know if you heard this news, but the statue in Virginia was finally removed. It was taken down of Robert E. Lee riding on a horse. Now, some people are mad about it, but I'm definitely not one of the people that's mad about it, Andre, okay? I say down with his head, okay? Down with his head, okay? So my question to you, Andre, do you think that we should continue to get rid of offensive monuments?
Absolutely. We should eradicate those things from our history. The way that they working to eradicate slavery from the history and make sure that we move forward from that, I think we need to move forward from the other hurtful things that this country is built upon. Getting rid of those Confederate flags, getting rid of those statues, and letting these small-minded, bigoted people know that this is a new country. We're headed in a new direction, and we will not tolerate these things. We will not embrace them as heritage because you feel that way.
Yes. Down with all of them, damn it. Down with all of them. Hell, I'm sick of seeing the racist stuff. Hell, shoot. Trying not to curse.
I felt you on that.
One more topic for you, Andre. Now, Raven-Symoné says she declined Disney's offer to make her character a lesbian in Raven's Home, the reboot to That's So Raven. That's So Raven.
I'm having a vision.
Oh my God, we are so silly. Now, Raven has to be one of my favorite Disney actors of all time, okay? She's managed to almost keep it together. Now, she has said some crazy things over the years, but for the most part, she hasn't had any trouble with drugs. She's been on the up and up. Now, she replied to this by saying, the reason I said no wasn't because I wasn't proud of who I was, or I didn't want to represent the LGBTQ community in any way. It was because Raven Baxter is Raven Baxter. So what do you think about that, Andre? Should you think it's okay that she didn't want to make her character a lesbian?
It would have been, first of all, Raven is iconic in and of her own, and it would have been so iconic for that moment to happen with Raven, but I understand what she's saying, and I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier about this distinction between the character and then who the actor or the actress is, and I feel like sometimes we come to know and love the people and we want their characters to embody who they are as individuals, and I think making that distinction is totally fine. I love to see Raven living in her truth and embracing it now on her own as Raven Simone, but Raven Baxter didn't have to have that moment, I think, because it wasn't really important. Like, I think the joy and what we got from Raven just as what it was, we didn't need to change that to fit a narrative of her personal life. But I'm happy that she's in that moment personally now.
Now, see, I agree because it's okay to me to have the representation, but I don't feel like we should start changing characters. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, if a character is white, don't change it to be black one day, or don't change it to be from black to white, or don't change it from being from here to there. Because I want to see that character be what it was. I mean, naturally. And if it is going to progress into something, like, let it make sense. Like, let's not just do stuff to just be doing things.
Just to be doing things. Yeah, like it feels unnecessary, and I'm glad that she stuck her ground and that she did what made her comfortable, and that she ultimately, landed where she landed today. And I think you're right, she's to be celebrated. She's one of the few child actors and actresses that did not go off the rails and I feel like she didn't disappoint us. Yeah, she might have had her moments where we didn't agree with her, or we was looking at her sideways like, girl, what? But she hasn't disappointed us. I think she has held herself with such grace and such dignity and such privacy and respect in this light. So I'm like, girl, do what make you feel good.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, you seem like you know the celebrity stuff like me. And I don't know if you remember, but Amanda Bynes had stayed good for so long. I was like, she never has an issue. That all of a sudden one day she just went, damn. I was like, man.
What did she do again? It was like, I can't remember exactly what she did, but I remember everything just like popped up. And did she get engaged too? Did she like get engaged to somebody like randomly on a whim? Like, I know she just out of nowhere.
She was wearing crazy wigs from Tyler Perry's set. Like, she was doing crazy.
She raided the hair room at Tyler Perry Studios.
She was doing crazy. But you know what? She's better now here and just keeping it low key.
Yes. So, and I'm glad, I can only imagine like having those pressures on you as a child, people, critiquing you, criticizing you, and then you go from a child to an adult where then people have an expectation of probably where you should be, what you should be doing, and or fighting those things yourself. I can't imagine what that's like for them. So for people that can go through this journey like a Justin Timberlake, he's somebody else that started off really early, Keke Palmer. Yeah, I think those people
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, even though she went through a quote unquote dirty image, she didn't. Her morality didn't dirty. She wasn't out here just like wild and out. Yeah. Yes. But they deserve the space to grow and to have these chaotic moments because they're living publicly. We went through erratic moments. I know I've had highs and lows in my life, but the only difference is I didn't have a goddamn paparazzi outside there to capture it.
Now that's the truth. That is the truth. Now, André, I've been asking every guest this. I just want to make sure you're okay. You haven't been having allergies, have you?
No allergies, no.
Okay, because there's a coon allergy going around. I just want to make sure because I know you out there.
A coon allergy?
Yeah, it's a coon virus going around. So I just
What is a coon virus? Like a raccoon?
No, it's a coon, black coons. I make sure you don't catch it now because I like it.
I don't know nothing about that one. Oh, the coon virus. Oh my God. I'm like, wait, what?
You make sure you stay safe now.
Yes, absolutely. The people definitely have been wilding out lately, speaking out on Black people and all type of crazy stuff.
Don't catch that coon virus.
We 100% over here.
Look, before we get out of here, I want you to tell me a little bit because I found this to be so funny when you were a part of the Shady Brunch, part of the Shade Room. Oh my God. Tell us about that.
The Shady Brunch was amazing. That was just like one of those moments when I found out that I had booked the gig and I was going to be on a recurring series for the Shade Room. It was like, really? This is really happening? And we shot for 5 days, 2 episodes per day. It was just the dopest experience and celebration of Black people ever. I think the Shade Room is just, so on the pulse of pop culture and what we like and what, we all have this shared experience of what, like Black people have experienced so many of the similar things in different households. So all of us being together and filming that show just felt like family. It was so fun. Trying the food was fun. The chefs were dope. Like, it was just an amazing, amazing experience. So hopefully we get a season 2.
Now I have to say, and maybe hopefully you don't take an offense to this, all my gay guy friends are funny as hell. Like when I saw you on that show, you were like, "This plate's low key trash." Like you were funny as shit. What is it about it? Why are you guys so funny? I mean, and I hate to generalize, but I don't know a gay guy that is not funny. Like, why is that?
I think, like, I feel like being gay and my experience of being gay, because I've always been this way, and especially when I came out, I just felt liberated. And I feel like I have the ability and the capacity to just say and authentically do the things that I feel like doing, because I don't have any limitation on me in terms of feeling like, what is somebody gonna think about me or whatever. Like, I just get to go and be myself. And I think that I have been well received, and hopefully a lot of my counterparts feel the same way. But I think just being gay sometimes just feels liberating, because you're not at certain stages, you just living your life and you not really care what nobody is thinking. So you just, those things that pop into your mind that maybe somebody else would be like, okay, I better not say that. You like, oh child, I ain't really feeling that,
Man, my friends LaRonda and Sean, they may be mad at me for shouting them out for this, but they have me dying laughing like the whole time I'm with them. I cannot, like, oh my God. So I want to see more of your humor. Or you have any upcoming projects where we'll get to see more of you, or you're gonna be making us laugh? Like, what's going on? Tell us what you got coming up.
Right now, I'm definitely focused on the brand. I have, like I said, new merchandise and new things coming out, opportunities that I participated in the past, maybe they will arise again, and you will see me in those spaces again, like the Shady Brunch. Maybe if there's a season 2 of Chasing LA, I'll get to show a different side of myself. But I'm just always open to whatever comes to my way that makes sense for my brand. I'm about organic opportunities, organic growth. You guys will get to see a little bit more of me in the documentary series that I participated in. It's called Unconventional. We're on the film festival circuit right now. We'll be coming to streaming soon. So you guys will get to see more of that, and just hopefully more opportunities to showcase that funny side and to showcase the humor and the wit and the professionalism and just all the things that I've worked a really long time perfecting and growing into.
Well, Booking Connection, get this kid on something where he can just be funny, because he's funny, like for real. And I got a new show that I'm doing, a new segment. I don't know if it's a show or segment. I keep changing my mind, but Kera Dangerous Outside. So if you have any special event you want to be filmed or something, just let me know, and I'm coming out. I'm coming out, baby. I'm
absolutely,
and
yes. I'm outside. I have a lot of exciting bookings. I'm hosting a fashion show. I'm an MC at a fashion show at the end of the month that celebrates just LGBTQ and pride. This weekend I'll be in LA at a boutique grand reopening, hosting and emceeing and just kind of facilitating some cool networking events. So definitely come out. If y'all see the flyers, y'all see the stuff that I'm posting and you're available, come hang out. I have my copy of the Unleashed Boys magazine,
I like
my cover.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about. You guys can DM me to get a copy, cash out me, we can make it happen. Like, just support the brand, support the ventures, and stay tuned.
And what's that you wearing right now? It looks pretty fancy.
This is the Shop Him. This is one of my new pieces that's coming. It's a polo with a little crystal palm on it. And these are some of the pieces in the background. Track suits and jackets, bombers, getting ready for fall. Y'all know we're in that transitional phase. My silk button-ups that I absolutely love. I have pictures in them on my page. But we growing, we elevating, we just trying to keep it going.
Oh Lord, this whole show I didn't even ask you what's gonna be in style for fall. Is it track suits? I gotta get some style advice.
You gotta get some. Look, the track suits, the 2 pieces, definitely always easy. It's like one of my go-to. I love a tracksuit. I love all of that. For, you know, fall, I'm always a big fan of textures. Like, I think so, you know, the silks and the velvets and all of that stuff for, like, you know, transitional pieces is always amazing. And a good jacket, like a good jacket, a good overcoat. You know, we're going into those winter fall seasons. So I think having a fabulous, maybe if it's a trench jacket, if it's a bomber jacket, just get your jacket game up. Jackets and boots all winter long.
Love it. Now, before we get up here, I just want to invite you. Now, Never Level, this network, we're throwing a cannabis and food festival the weekend of Thanksgiving out in California. All the deets on our page. So feel free to come by. We'll make sure you have something to smoke and eat. And it's going to be plenty of merchandise there and all kind of fun. Tory Lanez is one of the performers. So we're going to have a great time. So I'm going to send you some information about that. And maybe you can come out and have some fun with us. André.
Absolutely. I would love to. That sounds absolutely amazing. I love to eat. I partake. So yes, have me out. Okay.
I'm definitely going to see the info and I would love to meet you. That'll be so fabulous.
Absolutely.
Well, you continue to do the wonderful things. I may have to bring you back on for some more celebrity gossip. That was a lot of fun. So
yes,
so
please.
much.
I love the celebrity gossip now, child. You know, I got opinions and I be ready to dish them out because I'll be watching all of this stuff and I'm like, what is going on out here? So
look,
yes,
stop being messy now. Stop being messy. André, thank you so much, boo. You look fabulous, and I want to see some more great things coming from you. Okay, you take care.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your new show with Never Level TV.
Yes, we blowing it up, baby. I'm telling you.